Hey guys, Scheming Off the Grid here. Retro gaming is alive and well. Some of the best games on the modern consoles look a little bit retro. In today's episode, we're going to talk about our top 5 modern retro video games. What are we going to be drinking today?
Today we're drinking a vanilla cream ale by Reclaimed Rails Brewery, brewed right here in Iowa.
Alright, you know the drill. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you never miss an upload. And sit back, relax, pour yourself a beer if you care to, and let's talk about our top 5 modern retro games.
Hey everybody, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, and you're watching Gaming Off the Grid. Remember, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
Alright, here we go. As fans of retro gaming, we thought it'd be a lot of fun to talk about our top 5 modern retro games. There's tons of indie games out there that have that retro aesthetic going on.
It's so awesome, and they just keep coming, and it's like, man, it is the best time to be a gamer.
You know, some of them tend to be a little bit easier, except for the game we're going to talk about at number 5. This game is a freaking ball buster, and it's funny as hell.
Yes, number 5 is Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures. This game is an ode to all like the classic, retro games. They reference like Castlevania, they reference Dungeons and Dragons, they reference so many different things. It's one of the hardest modern retro video games I've ever played, but I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah,
it's so frustrating.
I think they did it because the whole game is done in James Humor from Angry Video Game Nerd. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, he's the OG. I mean, he's the GOAT in the YouTube business, does a great job, and all that humor is here, and it's not only brutal because of the difficulty, but the game is also brutal in the way it treats you as the player. So like, a game over, literally it says, you're dead, your friends are dead, your family's dead, your pets are being skinned alive, your mom's a you suck at life, the whole world hates you, you're going to hell, live with it, game over.
Like, what?
Yeah, it's amazing.
You get 30 lives, which you're like, oh, 30 lives, that's a lot. Yeah, that's how many lives you get in Contra if you use the life code. I know, because I use it. And I abuse it. But you go through 30 lives and you don't even beat the first level.
You should try it. It's hard as hell. No physical release. I think it was a Wii U. I think it's on PC and 3DS.
Yeah, they released it for the 3DS, but it's digital only. But then they did also release a second one, Angry Video Game Nerd 2, Assimilation or Ass Simulation.
Yeah.
They put ass in all caps. I haven't played that one, but I have a feeling I know what it's about and how it plays.
It's such a funny game. Your weapon sucks. It's an NES zapper. Your secondary weapon is these goddamn rocks that you can't hit shit with. And I really think they were making this game and just laughing their asses off because they knew it was going to be
It's so funny to watch someone else play it because it's like, dude, you've made it 2 inches. But then when you have the controller, it's like, I'm fucking done with this game. I can't play it anymore.
Alright, we're going to talk about the number 4 game. We've talked about it before on the channel.
Yes, that is Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. This game is so sweet. It came out last year, I believe, and it's not even the main game in the Bloodstained series. The main game is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which comes out really soon. Super jacked up about that game. But this game, because they reached a certain amount of backers in their Kickstarter, they released this mini game, and it is so sweet. It's like an 8-bit, 16-bit platformer. The graphics are sweet. The music's sweet. It is so much fun.
Yeah, so it's done in the 8-bit Castlevania style. There's multiple characters. This game reminds me a lot of Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Game's ton of fun. It's a little on the shorter side. You can probably get through the game in 4 to 6 hours with a good playthrough, but it has some replay value. And for the longest time, it was only the digital download, but they did end up getting a physical copy of this game out, and it is a lot of fun. If you're a Castlevania fan, whether it be Castlevania 1, maybe even a little bit of 2, and Castlevania 3, this is definitely a game you need to check out. The jumping is still a pain in the ass, the knockback mechanic is still a pain in the ass.
And there's these freaking birds, or I don't even know what they are, but you know the birds in Castlevania, or the Medusa heads, or whatever they are. I hate them. Hate them so much.
It's all here, but this is such a great game and such an ode to the Castlevania series.
Now let's move on to our number 3 pick, and that is a game called Shovel Knight.
Love this game. Shovel Knight is readily available on literally almost every platform that I can think of. It's on the Wii U, modern stuff like PS4, so on and so forth. The game is so much fun. It's a great ode to that 8-bit era. It reminds me a lot, like the attack mechanic is like you're jumping on your shovel, and it kind of reminds me of the cane attack and DuckTales on the NES.
Yes, that is a good reference. That game's really sweet too. But this game is so much fun. The visuals look so sweet. The bad guys, and it plays really amazingly.
Yeah. We say like they're done in the 8-bit art style? Yes, it is, but I think they both do more graphically than what the NES at the time could have handled.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to kind of see it running on, you know, more beefed up hardware, so to speak. But an amazing game, an amazing ode to retro gaming, and if you're a fan of DuckTales or maybe a side-scrolling like Link's Adventure on the NES, you might find something you really like in this game, as it's a great ode to retro gaming.
Now let's move on to number 2, and this game is also really sweet. The visuals are so cool, and that is The Messenger.
This game, in my opinion, is Ninja Gaiden that doesn't want to kick the shit out of you and chew you up and spit you out. I love Ninja Gaiden, so it's not like I'm taking a shot at the game, but this game is a little easier to pick up and play, a little easier to digest. Now, the game is pretty long. There are some very difficult parts, but the game feels a little more fair,
Yes.
if you will.
The controls are really tight. It's super easy to learn. And like the first couple levels or the first couple worlds, it is pretty simple. Like you can get through it without dying or getting a game over. Yeah, you do get hit, and it has a knockback mechanic, which is so frustrating, but it's also so much fun.
So this game also has a really cool upgrade tier system, which kind of adds things into the game that you wish you would have had in Ninja Gaiden. Like, you can knock down enemy projectiles. That's one of them that comes to mind that I thought was very useful. The jumping mechanics, the wall jumping in this, I feel like is very smooth. It's just got a really good story. You're this young protagonist who really doesn't care about what you're learning from the cultural side of things, and not really paying attention until it's too late and the village is being attacked.
And you have to save it, and you are the messenger. You have to go deliver this scroll.
Yeah.
And he's like, dang it, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, so it's a great game. You gotta check this out if you're a fan of like ninja games, you know, maybe Shinobi even, something like that. I definitely think you'll find something in the Messenger that you like. Alright, before we go to number 1, let's talk about the beer.
Oh, you're gonna make him wait for number 1. Okay, let's talk about the Vanilla Cream Ale by Reclaimed Rails. What do you think?
Very interesting beer. This beer is a very sweet beer. I don't want to say cream soda, but gosh, the vanilla and the cream really comes through.
It's really creamy. It reminds me of pop, like soda, like a cream soda. And I love cream soda, so this is really good. I feel like if you're not a beer drinker and you like cream soda, this is what you should drink. It's really good. It's really smooth. But as a beer, I don't really taste the beerness. But that's not a bad thing.
I mean, I kind of was hoping there was a little more beer going on, but you know, it's enjoyable, and it's like a cream soda pop. I mean, it's good. I'm just surprised, I guess.
You know what this beer makes me want to do?
What's that?
Drink it on a hot summer day.
Imagine that.
But it's so refreshing. It's so good.
Yeah, this brewery's kind of been on our radar lately. Great things coming out of Reclaimed Rails, so we wanted to try this one out. So very unique beer, very sweet, but it is refreshing. So a decent beer by Reclaimed Rails here. We got to talk about the number 1 modern retro game of all time, and if you followed the channel for a while, you already know the answer to the question.
Yes, we've talked about this game so many times. And it's a game called Axiom Verge. Wow.
This indie game by Thomas Happ is unbelievable. It is a Metroidvania style game with one of the better soundtracks in gaming that I've heard in a long time.
It might be one of the best soundtracks.
It's tough because, you know, it's hard, you sometimes forget about ones, and there's ones we don't know about, but God, it just moves me. Love it. Love the game. The game is super hard. But yeah, it has got a very psychological feel to the game too, especially with the way the music comes in.
And it's really cool because like you'll go backwards and forwards, and you get kind of lost sometimes, and it's like, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? This game's available on mostly every platform, but I think the preferred way to play it is on the Wii U. That's how we play it because of the tablet. You can see like a map, you can change your weapons really easily. I prefer to play it on the Wii U.
Yeah, it does make it very nice. I agree. It plays well on all the systems. We've also played it a lot on PS4, but having that tablet right in front of you,
it's just nice.
It's nice. So if you are a fan of Super Metroid or the Metroidvania style Castlevania games with the branching paths, etc., you definitely need to check this game out. Great graphics, great music, a great play. It's such a great game, and we can't say enough about it. You've heard us talk about it over and over again, so we're not going to go too in depth, but that's our number 1 modern retro game of all time as of right now. In the comment section below or over on social media, because we have a presence there too, let us know, what's your favorite modern retro video game? There are tons of them. I'm thinking of Super Meat Boy and a bunch of them that we have not mentioned.
Good choice.
Yeah, but we're just mentioning the top 5 that we have played. You can't play everything. So we would love to know what games you have played. Leave them in the comment section so we can try those out as well. And we always appreciate you tuning in, subscribing to the channel. Keep gaming, keep drinking. We'll see you next time right here on Gaming Off the Grid. What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking Van Cream West. It's a beer. That's what it says. See?
Tough guy.
Alright.
He looks cooler as an action figure. Let me tell you that right now.
What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking vanilla.
A vanilla cream ale by Reclaimed Rails Brewery.
It's a vanilla cream ale.